What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Delivering More. I'm your host, Ben Alkire. Thank you so much for your continued viewership. We appreciate you. As always, if you could, hit that like or subscribe button down below. That's going to help us out more than you could ever know. Today's conversation is centered around visibility, whether that is order intake, order preparation, or delivery. Let's get into the conversation with our founders, Aaron Hoffman and John Zinno. So do we want to talk about what just happened?
We're back.
We had a banishment to start the show.
I feel like a dog with a cone on right now.
You look like
This isn't normal for me.
Well, it's because you don't see the back.
I talk with my hands.
You don't see the back end editing where Hannah's adjusting every second of audio.
Yeah, just changing the volume just
every 5th second when he's talking over here, and then he's over here, and then he's over here.
Well, maybe that's why he needs to do it for practice.
I'm only here so I don't get fined.
If anything, you should be like a dog with the cones. We need to put
5 microphones.
Yeah, we just need to get or we could get multiple mics. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We'll
you can just have a mic that
an
has
array
like
of
5
microphones.
angles.
Can't I just have like one of the pins right here?
We could do a lapel mic. That's not a bad call.
Yeah,
that's not the worst call. I like that suggestion.
I just know I'm not going to talk now.
Thank God.
That's not true. It's not true. We got something I think pretty important to talk about today. We're going to talk about another piece of operations, I would say, in the delivery world. And we're talking mostly about visibility for operators across platforms in terms of deliveries. And I think for starters, I just want to know, in your vantage point, what are the most common places that operators are losing visibility within delivery?
So, like, when you say visibility, are you referring to, like, with your eyes?
I think primarily...
I think it's important to clarify what visibility means.
Yeah, I think initially, yes. I would say visibility would be, I would assume, tracking what you can see in real time, like something along those lines, yes. Mm-hmm. And we can hop down the road from there.
Okay. Well, if a human's using their senses to their eyes to see things that go on through a transaction, right, or a digital transaction that ultimately is fulfilled by delivery, it's not pickup. You're going to have visibility when the order hits your. Let's take a digital transaction, right? Customer goes to aaronsburgers.com, places an order. That's going to hit a system somewhere that your internal staff at a restaurant has visibility on, right? You're going to see, this order just came in. Let's call it a catering order for a week from now. You're going to see that order came in, right? You're going to probably have your planning process or whatever you do to plan for that order. Inventory, make sure you have the right items to make the order, staff to accommodate it, and so forth, right? And then you're going to have visibility of the day of the actual order, the production of the food, right? Not the planning side of it, but the actual production of it. And then this is where we come in, right? Typically, restaurants who do catering, they don't have, especially enterprise brands, where you're managing thousands of transactions a day across 100, 200.
You can keep talking. I'm just going to close this door.
1,000 locations, right? And it's difficult to run a delivery business and a restaurant. There's two different things. It's like saying you have it's like takeout versus catering. They're two different things to us. Mm-hmm. And they should be two different things for restaurants. But the visibility aspect of knowing, hey, if a driver's going to show up on time, if you don't have your own drivers, or knowing maybe you have your own staff drivers. Don't you want to have visibility if they're going to show up that day? You might not know if they're going to no show, no call, no show. Wow. I haven't had my 5th cup of coffee yet.
You sound a little stuffy.
I used to never get sick, man. I never got. I used to be Iron Man. Not anymore.
He didn't puke for 25 years.
Yeah.
I vomit all the time now, like aggressively
He's
vomit.
like so scared of
Like,
puking.
I get
I
so
think you
sick.
called me like last year when you had officially puked for like the first
yeah.
time or whatever. You were like, dude, I did it.
All right, let's get back to. I'll talk about the puking
Yeah.
story in a minute. All right.
I want to hop back to.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
almost
yeah,
done. Though,
Go ahead.
okay?
Go ahead.
So, like, these are the things when I think about visibility in a restaurant, like what you're like, at least the operational aspect of it, right? Like the production of the food, like is the driver going to be there on time? Do they look presentable? Like imagine when you have a driver show up and they don't, a third-party delivery driver, right? Say it's a DeliverThat driver, and they're wearing athletic shorts, sandals, and a tank top, and they're taking a delivery to a boardroom. It's probably not going to give you the most confidence in the world. It's going to go great, all right? And then obviously be able to track the order through the progress, like the delivery. There's a lot of technology behind that that's needed. If you're running a pen and paper operation, how do you make sure? How can you tell your guests when the driver's going to be there? How do you have visibility over that? If you don't have technology. Right. So I said these are the things that I'm thinking of when you talk about like the actual eyes, the human's eyes.
So when I first came in this conversation, I think I tangibly was thinking of visibility simply from the delivery aspect. I didn't even consider it from the initial operations of things. So when you hear the word visibility, you're talking about order intake, order processing, order management, delivery, all aspects of the operation.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, I know I'm missing things. I don't never run a restaurant. I mean, I worked my first job was at Subway, so it's like I made sandwiches, but like I didn't manage things. Like I didn't run the restaurant. I'm sure I'm missing things that are the pieces part of the visibility
for sure,
like that go into this. But I feel, I know if you're going to talk about visibility, you can't just focus on one aspect of delivery. Delivery is, a successful delivery is predicated on, is the food produced on time with the right ingredients, right packaging? Like, is the transaction, like, did the customer provide the right details, right?
Did the restaurant ask the customer to provide the right details?
Are they getting the right information out of their consumer to set up a good delivery? So like I don't think you can look at it just from one angle. You got to look at it holistically.
Does the driver
it all plays together?
Does the driver have the equipment? All this stuff you can get ahead of. They all become problems if you're just reacting to it. But if you can get out ahead of it, right? You're asking the customer, "Oh, I see suite number, or I see a huge building." Well, you see hospital. Well, is there a suite number? That should be an immediate, red flag. Like there's some basics.
I literally just dealt with a thing yesterday. We're working on a bunch of feedback. I'm not going to get into too many details here because I'm going to reveal some of the secret sauce. But like we're trying to. We have a unique opportunity here to DeliverThat to gather feedback from a plethora of users, not just restaurants and drivers. Like there's much more we can get from. We have 4 or 5 different users that interact with our ecosystem that we can get valuable feedback from. And this specific use case that I'm looking to solve for, imagine going to a college campus you've never gone to. Imagine going to Ohio State or even OU, where we went to school at.
Dude, I did this.
Hey, go to Atkins Hall, go to this dorm room, drop off food.
Yep.
If you're a delivery driver and you've never done that before and there's no instructions, like thorough instructions, where to park at, where to go, all that stuff, good luck. Customer ain't picking up their phone either.
Oh, yeah. God forbid.
So,
I did this in Austin, the University of Texas. They say, bring it to this dorm room or this building. I mean, you can never park next to the building either, right? So I'm just walking through campus.
Paul Blart is just sitting out there waiting to give you a ticket. I think I got like 100 tickets. 100%.
100%. But I remember this exact problem. I go launch Texas or go launch Austin, and I'm literally just walking around campus with 4 bags. I have 2 bags in each hand, soaking wet by the time I get there. But you have to literally ask people where to go because you don't know where the hell you're going. It's a real problem.
So like, just imagine like visibility on that from the delivery aspect. Restaurants, a lot of them, they don't do self-delivery. They don't even think about these things. Mm-hmm. Just like we don't think about as a delivery, and we should, by the way, like the inventory of items to produce the right food, right quantity at the right time. It is a real production.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when you hear me talk about orchestration, I don't mean it just for delivery. The whole digital order is orchestration, okay? And there's more to come on that, by the way.
And so if we kind of just bounce off a lot of what you said, where you just kind of mentioned what pieces should operators be looking for or thinking about to make sure they have visibility tangibly, or where can things get messy if they don't have the correct visibility?
Well, number one, if you're serious about running an efficient restaurant that can compete in today's society, you need to embrace technology. It's that simple. There's no other way around it. It's table stakes now. You want to compete for a consumer like me, you better have digital ordering.
Mm-hmm.
You better be able to create my order the way I order on your site, right? It can't just be a PDF of a menu. I know you can talk way more about this in Cleveland with some of these small mom and pops.
I'm waiting to tell my story.
Okay?
I just experienced it last week. Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to embrace technology. You have to find the right technologies that talk to one another. This is one of the biggest problems in food service right now, especially food tech. For some reason, we've created this environment. I can't say we, but like in the industry in general, there is just walled off gatekeeping at every level because certain companies aren't innovating enough. So they're trying to sell and drive more profits and revenue. And what they're doing is walling off.
That's their only way of bringing value.
Their services or products.
Mm-hmm.
And they're selling a competing service or product that's not necessarily good for the consumer, good for the restaurant, I should say, which is the consumer, like for these things. And so you got to find the right tech stack where it's like they talk to one another. And on top of that, I mean, it's not really that simple to me. And like, make sure you're aligned with your whatever these tech partners are. Like, they not only work well together in that tech stack, but like they're aligned with what your objectives are as a business.
Did you have a story?
Oh yeah. So you challenged me to order directly from restaurants. I was like, all right. I go on DoorDash, find a restaurant, real popular restaurant. We've all been there. Use DoorDash basically as Google. I go find the restaurant that I want to order from, go through the cart, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty expensive. It's like 3 items. I was like, I'm going to go on their website, see if I can order. Go on their website, go through the order, and they just say it's going to be there in 25 minutes. Cool. Hour goes by. All right, well, let me just see where the driver is. No tracking. So I'm like, it seems like they're just sending me just an arbitrary, it'll be there in 25 minutes. And this place is literally 5 minutes from my house. I was like, let's see how long it takes. Becomes an hour. I try to call. They don't answer. I'm like, I don't even know what to do. There's just no troubleshooting possible. So that's the visibility part that we haven't touched on yet, where you were going to be focused on is the customer side, where it's like, you have to at least show me where the driver is. That is so basic now, so expected. If you're going to compete, try to get customers convert from DoorDash or Uber Eats to direct, I mean, you got to have some basic. And they use a very large POS system that we're very familiar with. And they didn't have it. I was like, how is this even possible? And this is probably the most tech savvy, probably restaurant in Cleveland.
Did you get the food?
Got the food, cold, literally 5 minutes.
You know that driver smacked a pothole on the way.
Yeah, well, was it their driver? Was it a third party driver? Did you notice it all?
No clue.
Yeah.
I think I'm assuming it was a DoorDash, like a DoorDash driver. But yeah, ordering from them saved me probably $10. So I was like, yeah, I'll try it. All right, I'm going to support you. You don't have to pay the fees. I save a little money.
But it ruined the experience.
And it'd be fine if they just told me when it was actually going to come. Like, it's okay if it was going to take an hour because it would have on DoorDash. But you just said 25 minutes. Now I just don't know I'm just not sure if it's going to come. And that visibility is the biggest piece. You could just get out in front of a problem. It's not a problem if it's an hour long. It's a problem if I just don't even know if it's coming
because
or not.
Too, as the customer, if that's the experience you're accepting when you place the order, like it tells you estimated time of arrival, 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Cool.
If you place that order, all right, I've accepted that's the condition that I'm going to get this
just
food on.
Just get it there around that time. I know it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone knows. Everyone's got the expectation.
Right. So do you have DoorDash from your credit card? Is that what you use, DoorDash?
Yeah.
I'm an Uber Eats guy. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I have Amex, so I get a credit once a month. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that, I really don't like as a consumer is not being able to track my driver at all times.
Yeah, right? I know they have a driver app. It's like, why would you not show me?
What do you mean by all time? Like you can only track them once they've picked it up and
once they're heading to my house.
To you,
because I'm too cheap to pay for whatever. the priority. I'm too cheap.
Sure.
All right.
Mhm.
I've always been. I'm not. It's hard for me to order delivery. I do it because my wife wants to do it, and I don't want to cook. If you ask me, like, I do not. I'd rather go drive my car to go pick up food.
Yeah,
I've
I pick up everything.
I've always been. I am
Like,
too
purely
cheap to
pick up.
do it. Okay, but I do it. And one thing that's a little bit annoying at times with at least their platform, and again, I get like they're probably solving something else that I'm not thinking of. Or
It's routing deliveries.
I don't want to say it out loud, obviously, but like that is a bit annoying to me because I don't actually know when my food's going to be there. It's like this with on demand. I feel like it's a little different than catering. You're giving a window. Hey, it's got to be here at this time. With on demand, it's just different. Where it's like you're just sitting in a queue. Your next guy up, right? And it's like you get your food. It'd be nice if there's like an actual. I know they have this data. Like I know they have this available.
Of course they
like
do.
the actual data on like when is my food going to arrive here?
Yep.
Don't give me a window. Don't give me like a 20 or 30 minute window, whatever.
'Cause usually it just gets later and later. That's usually
Another
my
thing
experience.
that like kind of like again just not a great experience for me is like from a customer visibility is when I get the ETA from them originally, it's not the ETA I'm going to buy my food. It's the ETA for the driver to go pick up the food. And it's very confusing as a user to dissect that. It looks like it's going to be that's when I'm going to get my
I
food.
never even realized that.
Yep. I pick up all this stuff now. Like, and I know they do it. It's a psychological thing, 100%.
Of course. Yeah, I'm going to tell you the closer, the earlier time, so you say yes.
But where I live though is really annoying. It's where I live in Canal Fulton.
Mm-hmm.
There's
kind
not
of between everything.
Yeah, it's like DoorDash is better if you're gonna have more options or whatever.
Sure.
It's like that might be an experience thing as well.
So if we're talking about visibility from order intake, order process, order management, all the way to delivery, that's a large portion of employees and humans all interacting with these pieces of technology, with these customers, with these drivers. How do you solve a human problem in that element? Are there like bandwidth issues to being able to source that visibility to make sure you have eyes on everything in real time or anything like that?
That is a great question. That's where I was kind of getting with this. When you talk about earlier visibility, right? Is it with the humans, the eyes? You talk about scaling anything, right? Scaling with humans is very difficult. Humans are the biggest variable ever. And what humans typically do, right, is we tend to be reactive, right? We use our senses to be reactive typically to our environment around us. So like if I'm a human looking at a tracking link, it's typically because something happened where it's like I don't have food or something's not going right. The driver's not there on time. That is like a reactive way for visibility. A human looks at a screen, right? And that's not going to meet today's needs, right? So if you take a different approach, if you want proactive visibility, right, you're now going to ask a human to sit on a screen, to use their eyes and their senses to like be constantly monitoring everything at all times. That's not, you're going to be paying out the wazoo. You need 1 billion people, right? So you have to find another alternative, software, technology. We've all heard the buzzword AI, right? I don't think it's, from what I've seen, I have not seen anything that replicates what we have here at DeliverThat. I'm not here to say that to try and plug our own services in there, but from like a visibility standpoint, you got to have technology in software, I should say, that provides proactive visibility at scale.
It's out there hunting for problems.
Yeah,
right.
You're gonna hear like the buzz phrase of like agents will be trained to do that, right? Like agentic AI. Yeah, if they're trained on the right stuff, right? If it's designed the right way. But like for example, here at DeliverThat, like we have built. I mean, it's a first-class citizen in our platform, alerts and monitoring, right? People might not understand this, but behind the scenes here at DeliverThat, we don't have 500 human beings looking at computer screens. We have software that basically is proactively looks at the health of deliveries at all times, which flags things proactively for then if it can't solve it itself. That's when we are proactively tapping in a human being to then solve something, or you get what I'm saying here?
Absolutely.
That's missing in restaurants right now. Okay, I can't say it's missing. That I feel like that concept is it's hard to adopt at a restaurant because it's a different way of thinking about how to run your
Restaurants
business.
Naturally are a reactive environment.
You're providing hospitality. And what
you
I'm
messed up the order, driver didn't show up, customer's angry. It's like you're reacting. That's all you're doing.
And it's like that's, but when you get into a spot where you really lean into technology to scale your proactive visibility on things, you're going to have less issues, less turnover with employees, better quality of life, work-life balance for your employees. People won't be stressed. You'll be able to pay people more, maybe hire less, right? More capacity, more value being driven. So that's what I would tell you. It's like there's something that's worked very well at DeliverThat is like we've adopted. I mean, when we first designed the platform 3 or 4 years ago, this was day one stuff to me. This was not like we just didn't do this. This was literally been doing this for years.
If we talk about one platform specifically, is a one platform all-in-one model even feasible for all senses of visibility? Obviously, we're not a POS provider, so we don't handle order intake in that capacity, but we do handle order management, delivery orchestration, things of that capability. So if an operator is able to have one platform to view everything, what are the repetitive issues previously that would be eliminated in a scenario like that? Is there anything?
I don't know if there's like just
that?
one platform. I would say like this is the all-in-one. Like this is everything you need. It kind of goes back to my first, one of my first points earlier is like, restaurants should it's typically going to be whatever online ordering tool or like POS you use is like where your stores are going to be. That's like their main hub, right? And if that partner of yours, your POS partner or like your online ordering partner, plays nice with the ecosystem here, like. We should be able to integrate, or like any delivery management company, not just DeliverThat, right? It could be anyone, should be able to integrate into that and provide a seamless experience for the operator. That is one of the biggest problems we're having right now. Is like that mentality doesn't. It's very hard. It's how do I say? It's not happening right now. You have these bigger companies that are creating more of a monopolistic environment where it's like, well, you use this tool, you use this product of ours, like. We don't want you to use a competitor of ours product that we're standing up a new product for. It's like you got to use everything we offer, and we're not going to allow any integrations to happen.
Yeah, like they'll build like a crappier version, so then you don't leave the platform.
And then this goes back to our first talk about like where's profit lost, dude. Right there, you're paying for a shittier thing, and it's because these platforms have people by the short hairs. So I don't think there's one platform that rules it all. I think there is a paradigm shift that has to happen where food tech has to play nice together. And that is what will win. The best products and services will win. The worst will lose. Because technology is slowly becoming a commodity. And your secret sauce you think you have, your big wide moat you think you have today, it ain't going to exist in a year. It's not going to happen.
So if then you kind of take visibility from an operational lens to a financial lens, like how does visibility protect profit margin for operators and restaurant brands out there?
More efficiency. Like I use an example from DeliverThat. Like our platform can detect if a store is going to be late putting food out, if a driver is going to no-show, if a customer is having issues at the drop. Like it proactively scans for these things.
And before that, how would you handle it?
A
driver would reach out and tell us that the restaurant's late, and then we would call the restaurant and say, when's it going to be ready? And how many people are involved in that and solving that
Driver
problem?
leaves. Order doesn't get taken.
Yep.
Restaurant's pissed. Customer's pissed. Driver's pissed. Everyone loses.
Just
or
everyone's
someone's
mad.
paying more to keep that driver there. Or
Yeah, it's like,
you're going to send another driver.
Refund the customer. That's more money out of your pocket. So someone's losing money.
We don't work with this company, but I'll plug them in. Loop AI does a great job of clearly articulating where you're losing money with third-party delivery. If you're interested in that stuff, you should go check them out.
We talked about the human aspect and how you're able to scale operations, whether you're handling agentic AI, things you mentioned as solutions in that form. What about the support aspects that we kind of just leaned into a little bit? We're talking about delivery wait times. Drivers have to call us. We got to call the restaurant. There's a lot of human influence in there. How does a support team or back-end support help out visibility in any aspect?
My philosophy here with the products and services we offer is we should continue to push the ownership up the chain, right? We should be designing products and solutions that are self-service in nature, meaning DeliverThat support doesn't have to interject because the technology and product we're providing to the market, you can do it yourself. You can troubleshoot things when they go wrong. Like the software either knows it's proactively handling something, or like the human on the other end, the user of the product or service, can do something about it. I want to reserve the support team we have here to actually do things humans need to deal with. An example of that, driver gets in a car accident on the way to a restaurant. Human should be involved in that transaction, that support,
Interaction.
that transaction, that interaction. Mm-hmm. Flat tire, right? Acts of God. Things that get escalated to a point where one of the users has to talk to a human, right?
Yep.
But like to support these users of our platform, whether they're a driver, a merchant, a technical partner, a DeliverThat employee, right? Like these things we should be designing solutions that are self-service, like support that is self-service.
I mean, we've always been very a company based around a lot of support. That was always a byline when we were starting and beginning things. So I think we've done a fairly decent job of continuing that as we move forward.
Our support has never been in a better spot than right now.
Yeah, it's just getting away from that reactive mentality. We had great support because we just would react well and we knew what we were talking about. And now it's like the next phase.
And we were for a large portion of the time when I was back in dispatch.
How long ago was that?
Right around COVID. So it's almost 6 years now, 5-6 years. But that's when we were, like you mentioned, I don't remember exactly what you said earlier in the conversation, but when you're sitting at a computer and you're watching in real time, you're just like, all right, DC, all right, Boston, all right, LA, like, and you're just like going metro by metro, delivery by delivery, making sure someone's where they're supposed to be.
You didn't see this no-show? No, I didn't fucking see this no-show. Because there's a million deliveries going on at once. I wasn't looking at that city at that perfect time. So difficult.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Did you know? I don't want to make this about DeliverThat. Did you know this KPI that I'm extremely proud of? 0.3% of our deliveries have a refundable event on it.
Wow, incredible.
What's I mean, there's obviously
restaurants. I think like their aim is like anything between 2 and 3% of like
for themselves.
Yeah, like to refund or spill it, whatever the name of that metric is. Mm-hmm. We're at 0.3, and we were not that low before technology. Okay.
Oh my God.
No. Not even close.
Oh, so
we're
many
probably
contracts.
more like between the 2 and 5%. We're at 0.3 right now.
Yeah.
So you sent us 100 deliveries. Not even one of them.
less than one
gets refunded.
Yeah, it just became clear. You're like, I could have fixed this problem if I just would have known the driver wasn't online an hour ago.
You can't.
I would have known to fix this. I could be proactive.
And what is very obvious to me in the development team that I work with on a daily basis is the way we are designing and building things is much different than the way a software team would do it without someone like me that has literally taken thousands of deliveries. Like we have that operator mindset. We've had it from the beginning. We were not a tech company when we started.
Yep.
We were a delivery business.
It's not to charge for tech. It's just to do delivery well, because if you do it correctly.
And I would say the same thing about restaurants. Like restaurants in nature, unless you're a big, massive company, right? It's like you're typically not going to think like a software engineer would. You're not going to design solutions, but you guys have extreme value in like how you operate your business. Mm-hmm. And that's what I meant by aligning with your tech partners, right? Can they support how you operate your business?
Yeah. If they're telling you how to operate, might need to rethink who you're working with.
So what is DeliverThat doing right now to solve for visibility within delivery itself?
Well, the evolution was, like I talked about, right? It was the reactive of like a human having to like react to something going on. And then we've developed software to be proactive of like flagging things, right? But one of the ways that we're able to, again, make this a self-service type of environment for the merchants and drivers. I'll use the merchants for an example. We have a product that our dashboard, right, that gives you a single pane of glass to manage all of your deliveries. What's unique about that is whether you have a third-party marketplace you use to drive demand, your own first-party channels, you get call-in orders, whatever, we provide the market a product that aggregates all of that into one single location, okay? And that gives you visibility over all that. And what I mean by visibility, not in the sense of like support visibility, right? There's that, but there's also metrics and there's data around all of that. Right, and it's uniform.
Yeah, it's all the same metrics.
One of the unique advantages we have is we have a massive fleet of drivers too. We also have integrations with a plethora of delivery services that our merchants want to use. We want to support that, all right? But they look to us as that product or the single pane of glass that they can manage it all within. I don't think that's there's obviously other companies out there that do something similar to what we do. And we partner with a lot of them, right? But almost all of them, in fact, I would say all of them we interact with do not have drivers.
Right.
Yeah.
And why is that important for an enterprise brand? Well, if you're just a delivery management platform and you're only providing software, not drivers or services, right, and you're giving enterprise brand a different way to operate, like maybe they get a different DSP in this market or this market or this market, right? It's like there's different ways those companies operate. There's different support levels. There's different technology, and this is why we've won so much enterprise business, is because we're filling that gap. They're not, as an enterprise brand, you want uniformity. You want everything to be the same.
Consistent.
Consistency. You want to make sure that when you're getting support, that when you're, we'll call the visibility, right? We are surfacing up proactively things to these operators, whether it's their first-party deliveries, their third-party deliveries. If they're using our drivers, their own drivers.
Or if they're restaurants, the success of the actual restaurant itself.
Yeah, like we have you guys don't even know this, right? I haven't talked about it. I mean, you know a little bit about this, but we have an algorithm that we've developed a machine learning model that literally analyzes setup pictures and grades them, and it's to the merchant specifications. I don't know of other companies that are doing that right now. I mean, again, I think this is going to be very table stakes here in the AI world, right? Like technology will be a commodity. I know you think the same way, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like you can just
It'll just get cheaper and cheaper to
spin
build
me up
software.
something. So like that's what I mean by like single pane of glass. That's how we're solving the problem for operators, and it is really working. Like it really is.
Yeah.
You got anything to add on to that?
No,
He said he was going to tee you up, and he didn't. I don't know if he teed you up.
I teed him up.
He teed himself up. He asked himself a question. Perfect.
When all you say is, "Yeah, I agree," well, that's all you got. Yeah, you know what? You're right.
I think that single pane of glass could be one of the most important pieces, because it's really important for the actual success of the delivery and managing the quality of the delivery itself. But what we found is our number one problem with restaurants is them making the food on time. And if you're a regional manager or director and you oversee 10 different stores, I doubt the GM's going to come to you each morning and say, yeah, we fucked up today and we were late. What we've seen a lot of times is they blame it on they blame it on the delivery driver. And here we can show that every single delivery, we can show them the timestamps when we showed up, timestamps of when we left the store, when we delivered the order. If it was difficult to find the customer, sometimes customers will lie. They'll say, yeah, they were late. And you're like, well, I was there, but you just never answered your phone. You didn't give me enough instructions. This really gives you a leg to stand on when it comes to identifying how well, the delivery went. So I think there's so many different pieces and different positions inside the restaurant that people can use this for different ways.
Yeah, and this is, I feel like, one of the areas what we're talking about is one of the biggest value props of a marketplace, by the way. Why do you guys go to marketplaces to order food? Why do you go to DoorDash or Uber Eats?
All the options in one place.
Easier to find what I want.
We're saying the same thing, essentially.
Yep.
I'm getting all of your orders, whether they're a third party or first party, in one spot.
Yep.
It's easier. Like, that is what a marketplace is designed to do.
Yep.
It's when you start maliciously affecting the users of that marketplace and the vendors and suppliers where you start teetering the line of like, oh, fuck, like, someone's going to take my lunch if I keep operating this way. So, like, I want to call that out because it's like it's relatively the same concept. This is not some novel thing that we're developing. The technology under the hood is, right? Like the setup picture.
Sure.
model and all that stuff.
But just the just
concept,
to be able to see it all. Wow, that's so crazy.
You know why consumers used all these marketplaces for the longest time? It was fucking easy.
Yep.
Why are operators using our dashboard? It's fucking easy.
Yep.
It's not that complicated. It's everything in one spot.
Gives you the insights you should have. It should just become the standard.
Like in a world where there's so much chaos in a restaurant.
It's all reactive.
Why would you want to add more variables, more systems, more things?
Yep. More subjective stories, why you were late or why we didn't make the food on time.
That setup picture one was great. I saw one the other day where some customer complained that we didn't set up the food, and that's great. I actually saw the email exchange between the operator, us, and the customer. And the operator just, because we were looped into it as well. I'm not going to give the break. It's one of our biggest customers. And the merchant just gave the customer the setup photo that was in their dashboard.
Without even...
It was like,
incredible.
we were looped into the email too.
But
by that,
we didn't have to even provide it. It's like the restaurant just has it.
in the dashboard.
This goes back to visibility stuff, right? Like, why does DeliverThat need to get involved in the mix in between a restaurant and their customer when everything they need is available to them in our product? That speeds up the feedback loop to actually resolve it. That is a better experience, I'm sure, for the customer and the merchant. They don't have to wait around. You don't have to wait 2 weeks to get a call back or an email back from your account rep, right? I know a bunch of marketplaces that are like that.
Think through the process and how annoying it would be if it wasn't that way, right? A catering director gets a call from the customer that they just sold a huge catering order to. They've been trying to get this guy to order for a year. Finally got the guy to order. Customer calls, says, hey, driver fucked it up. They didn't set it up. It looks like shit. I want a refund. Catering director's like, oh my God, I just spent so much time trying to get this guy to buy. And he finally bought, and restaurant didn't fuck up, but the driver did. Are you kidding me? DeliverThat? And they wouldn't have any proof. They'd have to go and beg the company for proof. Maybe they have a picture or not. Then they deal with that whole situation. Here, it's like you just go in and, oh, you mean this perfectly set up order is what was bad? Oh my God, it's so much better. So much better experience.
But like the idea here is like, again, let the merchant decide if they want a refund or not.
Absolutely.
Like that's the whole idea here. Give the merchants the power.
Yep.
That's what we're here for.
Because usually the merchants just hear the one side and then they react, give a refund because they don't have the full story, and the merchant's like, let me just get the full story real quick.
I got one. I know we gotta wind it down here, so maybe we can get this really quick. But you mentioned your story at the beginning, with the delivery in the restaurant, half mile away. It takes an hour 20 to get there. Do you guys remember like what not the most chaotic or ridiculous scenario, but are there any visibility scenarios through this business in the last 10 years that you can think of top of mind that you're like,
I will tell you our
product solves this right now?
I'm not going to, this is pre-catering. This is college years. Remember that first snowstorm?
There's like 4 of us in the car together because we all needed to just get out of the car and run to a restaurant to get orders.
That was
just driving our buddy's car, sliding around campus. It was just, but what would happen, because this was the perfect example of why you need it, everyone would just text their order. Well, there'd be texts literally coming every minute. And if you accidentally swiped too hard and delete the message,
it's gone.
Order's gone. So we would have to tweet, hey, if you ordered this, I remember that it might be going here. If you did, you should reorder it. Oh, it's a fucking nightmare.
That was literally like a week after we incorporated the business that happened.
It was crazy.
That still to this day is the wildest. I'd say not wildest, maybe one of the top 5 at least.
Oh yeah,
experiences we've had.
It was just all you could do was laugh because it was just complete chaos.
We're talking Athens, Ohio.
If you ordered
a foot of snow,
we deleted your order. Please let us know what
That's
you want.
what it was.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like
I don't remember what you want. I don't remember where you live.
but this is awesome. I really enjoyed this one, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hey, we're just here to provide some oversight, some feedback, and get in where we fit in. So that's all we're doing.
Get in where we fit in. Cheers to that.